Hi everyone, I'm Serenity Heegel, founder of Joy of Paleo, and I teach people how to start a paleo diet that's personalized for their unique bodies so that they lose weight and feel awesome. But what is paleo anyway? There are a lot of different versions out there, so let me tell you about mine. But first, imagine you're a zookeeper and you're bringing a new animal into your zoo. What do you need to do to get ready? Well, you need to create a habitat with the right diet, somewhere for it to sleep, and the right temperature and humidity. And where do you go to figure out all those components? You start by observing the animal in the wild, right? Well, now imagine that your animal is a person. There aren't a whole lot of wild people left, but the ones that still exist can teach us a lot. Wild people have a much, much lower rate of disease, or really almost non-existent. So we know they live healthier lifestyles. And what the paleo movement is aiming to do is to observe those lifestyles and take clues about how healthy humans live, and then build a model for health that we can apply to us modern humans living inside civilization today. Make sense? There are many components to this model for health, but since most of you have probably heard of the paleo diet, we'll start there. So, what foods are paleo? Sort of a general guideline is that if it comes directly from the earth in an edible state, it's included. So veggies, meats, fruits, and nuts, those make up the biggest portion of the paleo diet. Meals are generally veggies plus some meat or eggs, and snacks may be fruit or nuts. Pretty simple, really. The key is to make sure that you're buying the highest quality ingredients you can afford. So that would be local organic veggies, grass-fed meats, pastured pork, and free-range organic chicken and eggs, because these foods have a higher vitamin content and fewer toxins than factory farmed foods. But if your budget doesn't allow all organic all the time, just do as much as you can. What's not included are heavily processed foods, which are either foods that grow in nature that look really different in their edible state, like wheat for example, or foods that don't come from nature at all. So if you can't pronounce it on the label, it's probably out. Also not included are foods that humans only started eating after we started farming 10,000 years ago. So the agricultural revolution marks the end point to the Paleolithic period of human history, which is why the paleo diet is called paleo, because we only eat the foods from before the agricultural revolution. Now what's the big deal, right? So evolution is actually a really slow process. Human DNA hasn't changed much at all in the last 2 million years. Hard to believe it's so slow, right? But because it is, that means that our bodies were designed or evolved to eat foods from before the agricultural revolution. So that means no grains, beans, dairy, or sugar. Now don't worry, being paleo doesn't mean you can never eat another piece of bread as long as you live. But it does mean that bread isn't our healthiest option, and we should just eat it sparingly or maybe on special occasions or something. So to recap, the paleo diet does include veggies, meats, fruits, and nuts, and does not include heavily processed foods, grains, beans, dairy, or sugar.